Hey there, welcome to another Behind the Dream video. Choosing an idea for a project, especially for a challenge, can be something very difficult, but selecting the proper questions will help you to narrow the ideas. In this case, who is your character? What is the goal for going up? Is someone stopping him or helping him? And these questions will help you narrow your ideas quickly. Other factor that helped me to decide what to do was how easy it was to make. In my case, these questions led to 3 projects: a Mario endless staircase and Monica escaping towards reality. I ended up selecting The Witcher because it was the one who resonated towards me the most, because it was a step forward towards dream reality in a small way. Just the metaphorical meaning of a boat arriving to a city aflame and danger lurking everywhere were symbols of change and a new adventure to come. So I discarded the other 2 ideas, but they are not forgotten yet. Now, with an idea, you will need a main character. This can be very hard if you are trying to do it by yourself. I mean, you need to make it needs to fit into your render. We need one more thing before we can copy the provided animation or any other animation towards our final scene. To copy the animation, you need something called a skeleton, a group of digital bones that will allow to move your character in this 3D space. But since computers are not that smart, you need to tell the computer how each bone is going to affect each vertices, and this process is called wave painting. Basically, what you do is you tell the program that you are using that this bone is going to move these specific vertices. At this point is when you are able to copy the mockup with any retargeting process, and at this step is when you can start to get some trouble. If you don't own a model, it may come the one that I did in an A pose, and your base animation is on T pose. So what to do here? Because even if you do the retargeting process correct, your animation is going to end up with cross arms, something that you do not want. But do not worry, it's very easy to fix. You just need to do some additive animation. This allows you to do some small tweaks while preserving the old animation. With this, you can not only correct the arms position, but also add extra animations over the existing animation. If you want to add animation for an easy process, you will need what is called a control rig. A control rig is essentially some shapes that are moving the bones that you already have. In my case, for Gerald specifically, I use an FK rig. Once you have your character rig and even animated, for how I'm telling you this process, you are still missing something. That are the shaders, the textures, the colors that the scene is going to have. I go back for the Yumi approach of these watercolor-like textures. This time I did a small improvement to the texture, and in the base color I added the grain as part of a color. This gives a little more of color variation, but textures and shaders are not the only final details that you need to take care. You need to take care also of lighting. Carefully placed lines can create a dimly light scene at night, like this one. Once you're satisfied or almost over with time with your scene, it is time to render. You usually need to keep a lot of time to do this, but since I am using Unreal, I leave this until the very last day. And what I noticed is that when you are using Niagara particle systems and layers, they do not go well and they disappear from the render. So I ended up doing 2 renders, one with the layers without particle system and one with only 1 layer. Then in DaVinci Fusion, adding some displacement, some paper textures to give a better result. Having different layers allows you to do different displacement on each layer. This allows you to have a more blurry and stylized background than the foreground. Also, you can add different noise. You just need to add a little of color correction and it is done. Almost 70 hours of work to do this, and while I am pleased with the outcome, I feel that there is still something missing. It's probably improving the lights, or it is the missing of brush strokes to get a more painterly look. And that will be all for today. I will say thank you for supporting me, even watching and sharing, that's enough. I wanna say sorry probably for taking too long to post this video, even when it is not that good, but I guess that I'm gonna do these videos more as a focusing on one single idea, like let's say animation or how to do this shader, I don't know. So because this is very general, I used to leave my Ko-Fi page for buying the Unreal Engine project, so you just buy it and you download it. I limited to 10 just to test it if it works. Well, what I have been doing all this time is just come here and relax sometimes. I mean, places like this you always find adventures. I mean, you just saw a squirrel running over there. There is people just sometimes looking at you weird. But yeah, I have been studying, drawing, practicing in general. A little of animation, because I think that if Dream Reality is going to be animated, I need to be better animating. Anyway, before leaving, I wanna say something else. I decided to, once this video is uploaded, you will have Geralt of Rivia, the Witcher itself, as a 3D model to download on Sketchfab. Remember, Geralt of Rivia for free, links are on the description, and thanks for watching.
Geralt, you say?
Yeah, I said Geralt of Rivia. Who are you?
Dandelion, my name is. I am looking for Geralt.
Dandelion, you are Geralt's friend, isn't it?
You can help me remember.
Well, I don't know if I can help you with your memories, but I know one story of Geralt. Maybe it's not the one that you remember, but it might help you. And I'll start on a castle, just like the one that is not visible over there, called Caer Morhen.